Hello, my beautiful angels. If you came across this video right now, do you even realize how good your life is about to get? Do you even realize it? It's 11 on the timer right now. Spirit is really shouting at me to remind you. This is a simple confirmation for a lot of people, or a simple reminder that you are on the path currently, okay? I'm seeing that you have planted a seed. It feels like a seed was planted, especially in this last year. Like you started really pouring into something, whether it be yourself or a project that you're doing, but whatever this thing is, it is something that is here to heal this earth, I'm hearing. Something that has been given to you and placed upon you because you have been picked as the specific vessel from the universe to be able to carry out this gift and ability in a way that is beneficial to not only you and the lives around you, but to this entire universe. You have no idea how grand your purpose here is on Earth.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Deja Brew waking you up to truth. And today I have found more beautiful testimony and evidence, if you will, that my message is true and real. That we are here for a great mission. We are here for a great purpose. And this is the Great Awakening.
On Earth. Like, no idea. And I'm seeing that this is a crazy image that was coming through, but when you came here to Earth, right? And whoever I'm speaking to, this is a very spiritual collective, okay? So it's going to resonate with those who it resonates with. But when you came down to Earth, not only did you sign off on certain soul contracts that you had to fulfill, certain relationships that you had to fulfill, even your relationships with your parents, I'm hearing, or certain siblings. Maybe you had a certain twin flame connection, even though I don't really like using that term, but a connection with someone, a partner that was very significant, that ignited the spiritual journey within you. You were given certain soul contracts that you came here to fulfill, that were meant to push you and evolve you in certain ways, to allow you to grow and to blossom and to bloom, to allow you to turn into an alchemist. I just heard you are somebody that has quite literally been turning your pain into purpose since you came out the womb, babe. Since you came out the womb. Guys, I'm so stuffy from my allergies, so just beware. But anyways, you are somebody that has been alchemizing since the very first time that you could breathe. It's like, I'm seeing some, and I hope, trigger warning for anyone. If you were going through any childhood traumas, right? Anything like that, I'm not going to get into it, but if you were going through certain childhood traumas, I'm seeing that you found ways to self-regulate your own being even as a child, and know that this was you, but this was the universe working through you, showing you that you always had the ability to tap into this higher power, this higher energy, even if it was just through music, I'm hearing, or through art, through drawing, through painting, through whatever it was that you like to do when you were going through those hard traumatic moments. This was a gift that was divinely given to you to show you your ability to alchemize, to show you your ability to turn your pain into purpose, even from a young child, even from a young individual. You've always had this ability within yourself. So not only did you come here to fulfill these certain soul contracts where you had to go through relationships and experiences that push you to evolve and grow, but I'm also seeing that you came here with a soul contract with the universe. With the universe. How freaking cool is that? Not only did you come here to fulfill these 3D, like real earthly things, but you came here with a mission from you and the divine, you and source, okay? And this is something that is so grand. I just want to let you know, if you're ever questioning your worthiness, or questioning whether or not you're enough, or questioning your status here on this earth, I want you to know, and I'm hearing so loud right now, I wish I could smack you. I wish I could smack you with love, okay, with a loving hand. But source is like, we would not have created you if you weren't purposeful. You would not even exist. You would not even be here if you were not worthy of being here right now. So if you ever question your worth, your spirit team is reminding you that we don't create things for no reason. You were not created just as some whim, as some experiment, some little background side piece character. Okay? You were created as a main character, and you're actually even more of a main character than you even realize, babe. Okay? This is far beyond just giving off main character energy. This is like, you have a huge mission here on this planet. And I'm seeing that you signed this soul contract with the universe. You were given and gifted certain gifts and abilities in this lifetime, certain talents that you were able to have and exude, certain like ways of perceiving the world, perspective that you have on certain topics and things and ideas, and all of this wisdom and ancient, like, this ancient power I'm feeling. Like, whoever I'm tapped into right now, you feel like your energy is very regal and ancient and wise. It's like you probably have lived many lives, and like, I'm honestly getting ascended master vibes. Like, maybe in your next life you'll be an ascended master or something, like a spirit guide or something, because babe, the energy that you have and the wisdom that you have in your perspective, you were given these gifts and abilities straight from the divine. The ways that you're able to communicate things, the way that you're able to communicate your thoughts and shift the perspective of people without even realizing that you're doing it, just by mentioning a certain thing or shining light on a certain flipped perspective. You were given these gifts and abilities because you came here with a huge purpose to fulfill. And this purpose is one that is huge and grand. So grand that you had to sign a contract with Source itself. That is fucking powerful. Sorry for swearing. Ooh. Sorry, not sorry. You know what I mean, though? It's like you were given these gifts and abilities that are huge. And I'm also hearing there has been purpose to your pain. There has been so much purpose to your pain, babe. Everything that you've experienced, and I feel like at one point you were really living in a victim mindset, okay? And this is not to say anything to call you out or anything. I'm saying this with love, and I was there myself too, okay? It is so easy to allow yourself to victimize your own self when you go through an extreme amount of suffering, of loss, of heartbreak, of betrayal, okay? It's easy to be like, why is this happening to me? Why does everybody else get to live a normal life and I'm here living my life? I'll just give you guys a little story. My life was nothing like the lives of my friends, okay? My life was very different, from childhood trauma to living in a single parent home who was an alcoholic, who ended up passing away. I lost my mom pretty young, and just, it kind of all spiraled from that point. And I felt so isolated growing up as a child, and I became so resentful of the people around me without even realizing it, of seeing families. And this is something that I still need to work on. This is something that I'm still actively working on. But it's like you become resentful of other people because you feel like a victim in your own life. You feel like you were given the short end of the stick. The short end of the stick. I think that's what it is. Whatever. You were given the short end of the stick. It feels like everyone else around you was given some sort of slack, some sort of words today. My goodness.
Free pass.
I can't think of the word. They were given, oh my gosh, this is going to drive me nuts. If somebody can think of the word that I'm thinking of, please comment it down below because I need help. I need the help. But it's like people were given this sympathy. You guys, what is happening right now? Let me just recollect for a second. It feels like the universe was able to sympathize with everybody else around you except for you. It feels like people were given chances and little things that alleviated them from certain stresses. You know what I mean? But it feels like for you, in your case, you were somebody that always had to figure it out yourself. You were somebody that always just had to go through it. There was no other way to go around it. No matter how hard you tried to dance around it, you tried to be normal. And it's like you probably felt like a failure in some ways, because it's like you noticed that because of all the trauma and the pain that you experienced, it almost delayed your progress as a human being.
And I just want to interrupt her there for a moment to say to you that through my own personal experiences, as a child, I'm actually the youngest of 7. The sibling that I grew up with that was just a little bit older than me just passed away recently. and was the one that my mother actually always coddled. Um, I was never coddled. And I can vividly remember asking her at the age of 7 or 8 years old, as I'm going to bed one night, and I told her I love her. She never said it back to me. And I asked, "Why do you never say that back to me?" And she snapped at me and said that that's something that you should earn, not that you should expect someone to say to you in return just because you've said it to them. Well, I mean, in life in general, that's very true. But for me being a child and this being my mother, I felt that that should be automatic. I have 7 children of my own. It was automatic love for me. So that really kind of wrecked me as a child. And so I struggled a lot with that through my life. I lost my father at a young age to alcoholism. And now I've lost my brother, who I was very close with, even though my mother coddled him and didn't coddle me. Um, the two of us were very, very close. And I just lost him to alcoholism. And so I've been doing a lot of reflecting on all of our journeys together and separate. And my mother actually said to me at another point in my life when I was a teenager, almost a young adult, that she never felt like she needed to treat me the same way she treated my brother because she knew that I would always find a way. She knew that I was the stronger of the two, basically, is what she was telling me. And she was right. I didn't turn to drugs or alcohol to soothe me when I no longer had a mom to do it, right? Because I never had a mom to do it to begin with. I was figuring it out on my own from a very young age. And I went through plenty of childhood traumas and plenty of tribulations in my life to where I was the one needing to figure it out. I've never had anyone in my life that I can say was truly there for me in the way that I really needed them to be there. And that's okay. That's okay now because it's made me the person that I am. It's made me the strong soul that I am. And I need to be that strong soul for things that are yet to come because I am meant to be a way shower and a teacher. And so all of these things were experiences that I needed to have in order to learn. And the same applies to you. If you're drawn to this message, if you're drawn to this podcast, it was because the divine put this video where you would see it. This message is meant for you.
Like maybe you didn't finish as well in school, or maybe you weren't able to give yourself the life that you always wanted for yourself, that you saw for everybody else. But what I'm hearing is that there was so much purpose to this. Spirit strategically placed you in certain environments and situations to make you feel like you were less than. Spirit actually intentionally made you lose yourself. And you're like, why would you do that to me, Spirit? Why? But you know what? There is
So that you could find yourself because you are who you've been waiting for.
something so beautiful about losing yourself. And I will say this 923 on the timer. That is my confirmation number, okay? There is something so precious and beautiful about losing yourself. You know why? Because when you lose yourself, that means that you're able to find yourself again. And usually when you find yourself again, you find yourself even more deeply than you even met yourself before. You find yourself in new ways. So whenever you're feeling down about certain things that you experienced in your past, know that there was purpose to this. There was always purpose to this. It was actually very strategic. It was strategic because now it allowed you to find yourself and to find your power in ways that just living a normal surface level life would not have allowed you to dip so low into darkness that you were able to shoot back up into the light, like at heights that you can't even imagine. And now, because you've shot back so high up into the light, you have tapped into so many more new powers and abilities that were given to you, right? Going back to our first point, to fulfill this huge grand purpose that you came here to fulfill on this planet. And you're like, what is this purpose? What am I here to fulfill? Babe, your purpose is to stay in the energy of love. Your purpose is to be an embodiment of love in the deepest form you could possibly be it. You are quite literally a testimony for the universe. The universe chose you and chose your story for you and is serving you on a silver platter back into the world after all of the hardships and the suffering that you have been through. The universe is like, this is what we've been preparing you for. This is the soul contract that you signed with us. You were always meant to go through that hurt. You were always meant to lose all those people. You were always meant to experience grief on the deepest, darkest levels. You were always meant to experience that heartbreak that you thought shattered your soul. You were always meant to experience depression and all of these other things because it allowed you to find yourself on an even deeper level. And now that you've found yourself, you are tapped into these powers that we have given you and these gifts and the abilities that we have given you. You are going to start drawing in your soul community towards you, spiritual guides, spiritual teachers that are going to help uplift you on this journey that you're in, that are going to help show you the power that you exude. And then when you do that, you are going to be the embodiment of a miracle. That is what your soul contract was. You came here to show the world that miracles exist, that your ability to dive deep into the darkness has only caused you to become this testimony, this walking embodiment of light and love, to show not only the people around you in your close circle, but to show the world on a large scale what is possible with hope, with faith, with believing in something higher than yourself, okay? You are going to experience a life that is nothing like what you've experienced in the past. Your suffering, I'm hearing, is over. And I'm not saying that you're not going to go through hardships and suffering in life, because that's not realistic. We all go through hardships, right? But what I am saying is that now, the you that is right now, that you is going to be able to perceive these hardships as a blessing, which causes you to alleviate all of that stress, to not be burdened by the weight of the world anymore, because your perspective has completely shifted. It's like you're seeing things from a completely different way now that allows you to alchemize things instantly, instantaneously. No matter what obstacle is placed in front of you, you're like, I know this obstacle is a blessing. This is a blessing in disguise. And that is exactly why you are about to be so blessed beyond your wildest dreams in this lifetime, my love. Do you even, I really hope that this is getting through to you in the way that I'm feeling this right now, because this energy, you guys, this is powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. And if you're ever doubting yourself or why you're here, or your purpose, or if you even mean anything, like, if you're watching this video right now, you need to know and need to understand that you mean absolutely freaking everything. You mean everything. Oh, I just want to hug you. I just want to hug you and squeeze you and tell you, oh, my little baby, you mean so much. You know, that's the energy I'm feeling right now. I feel like the universe is just like, babe, you are more than enough. You've always been enough. And you're actually even more important than you think, than you realize. Okay. And they're using me right now to like scream at you, because this is like screams of love. Okay. This is like cuteness aggression, where I just want to,
I love it.
you know what I mean? But in the best way. I just want to fill you with so much love, because that is what you're deserving of, because that is the energy that you exude from your own being. That's all you've ever given to the world. No matter how dark your life has become and what you've experienced, you always chosen to give back love, to pour love into everything that you freaking do. Who are you? Who are you? Okay? Who the heck are you? I feel like I'm going to be seeing your name somewhere. I feel like you're somebody that is meant to be seen, babe. You are meant to be seen. The universe is like, hey, we signed this deal, we dabbed each other up, and now this is it. This is it. And you're fulfilling your purpose right now as we speak. Even if you don't know what your career path is. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on that. Sorry, guys. I feel like we are so much more than our careers or like a job title, and we can't be niched down to a certain title. But anyways, that's my own personal opinions on the matter. But you are so much more than just your purpose. And if you're struggling to find out exactly what your purpose is, know that your purpose is simply to just be here, to be this embodiment of love. You've already gone through the trauma and the suffering and all of that, and you've chosen to see the light in the darkness. You've chosen to say, you know what, I'm going to alchemize all of this. I'm going to take this really crappy situation, this pile of poop, and I'm going to turn it into fertilizer. I'm going to turn it into something that feeds the soil and feeds the plants. And the next thing you know, you got a garden of roses blooming. Do you know what I mean? That is freaking incredible. You're somebody that's turning poop into fertilizer. I'm just joking.
She's just joking, but also at the same time, that's what being a true alchemist is all about. Being able to transmute that energy, being able to take something that's crap and turn it into a bed of roses, right? Like, that's a beautiful power to have. It's a beautiful energy to be in. And it's time for all of you to shine and to do just that and to walk in that faith and know that blessed times are ahead of you and the worst is behind you. You've earned it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And I'll see you again real soon. Until then, be well and be blessed in love and light. Take care.